to America's entry into World War II, American P-40
I can't even see it on my goddamn phone.
Alongside British Hurricanes and Spitfires.
Got it. I got that one. Yep, got it.
In their fight against Germany. When Curtiss Aircraft Company could not produce enough of those P-40s for the Royal Air Force's needs, they went to the president of North American Aviation, Dutch Kippenberger, and said, Dutch, we love the way you build our Texan or Harvard trainers, as they called them in the Royal and Royal Canadian Air Force. We would love for you to build P-40 Warhawks under license, which meant that North American would acquire the planning and the plans and the tooling, and then set up a P-40 production line on their own. So that Kippenberger didn't want to build it. He said, give us 120 days and we'll show you something different. He had the rabbit to pull out of the hat, and one of those things that he pulled out of the hat was the design of a wing called laminar flow. Very different, very radical, very fast. And 117 days later, the Mustang rolled out. It served initially with the Royal Air Force, but eventually some 15,000 of the Mustangs were built.
It's good, isn't it?
With Rolls-Royce Merlin engines. And now here comes Doc.
I prefer the ones at McDonald's better.
Less than 20 years ago.
Oh, there it is.
The airplane, that B-29, is so advanced for its time, but it sat for years after World War II at the China Lake Navy Ordnance at Target. Just being blown to bits by fighters and bombers using them as targets on the ground.
Here it comes again.
This one was built in 1944, returned to flight just 3 years ago. It's owned and operated by Doc's friends. In July of 1951, Doc was assigned, this airplane was assigned to radar calibration duty, but then became targets for bomb training at China Lake, California. For 42 years, that B-29
I missed that one.
sat out in the Mojave
That was
Desert.
in the way.
And then in 1987, Tony Mazzolini found Doc and made plans to remove her and eventually restore it to flying status. On July 17th of 2016, after 16 years of restoration, being dragged on 7 semis to Wichita, Kansas, where it was restored, it now flies as a living tribute to those airmen who flew it in World War II. Each of the engines generates over 2,200 horsepower.
I don't know if I'm getting this, but I hope we
The wingspan is 141 feet.
Are you gonna drink this smoothie? Because Chris might yell at you if you don't.
Now the B-25.
I'm just gonna suck it down. That's what I'm doing now.
3,000 pounds worth of bombs. But that type of airplane was used in the air mission, which is considered to be the air mission against which all other air missions since have been compared. The United States was dragged into World War II after an attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th of 1941, when over 200 airplanes of the Imperial Japanese Navy attacked Pearl Harbor, sunk most of our Pacific fleet, and killed nearly 3,000 Americans. After that, right after we came into the war on December 8th, the Americans were being pounded at every turn of the Pacific, and we needed a morale boost. And President Franklin Delano Roosevelt charged his military planners with developing a plan to, believe this or not, attack Japan. Japan had not been attacked on its own soil in over 2,000 years. And the plan to attack Japan was to involve types of military hardware never intended to work together. Members of the 17th Bomb Group, the first unit, one of the first units to receive the B-29 Flying Fortress, the B-25 Mitchell bomber, were tasked and approached by Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle. He needed 79 men to join him to put 16 of these B-25 Mitchell bombers, 28,000 pounds of motor, aluminum, bombs, rockets, fuel, crew, that normally took a half mile to take off to launch from an aircraft carrier. They did that, launching in as little as 467 feet. And the B-25 Mitchell bombers, all 16 of them, on the 18th of April of 1942, flew several hours, 50 feet above the ocean, to avoid Japanese radar. Then when they reached the coast of Japan, popped up to 1,500 feet, and with 4 500-pound bombs in each of the aircraft, bombed targets in Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, Kobe, and Yokohama. Now, incredibly, the carrier fleet was discovered by a Japanese boat some 400 miles further out than they had planned to launch.